I just finished designing my ready-to-wear, which was all based on ballet. So I've kept things light. So the idea is, how do you create textures, embroideries, but that are light?
There's a whole sense of coming back to classic silhouettes with a twist. And really, life is about celebration. So that's really what the collection's all about.
I'm calling it classic, modern, and a twist because it's really taking some of my favorite gowns from olden times and reimagining them in a modern way.
Theia is about your inner goddess, and Theia is about dressing every woman, and that's really the focus of the collection, and bringing out that inner fire and just being all-inclusive at Theia.
It starts with my music, where there's a message. The message is, what's going on with our country. So you're going to see it's all from the 60s and 70s. The collection itself is based on important women of the world. And because my brand is global, my women who wear from Japan to Middle East to here, you have to make sure that you design for them. So the clothes are very, very real. And the embroideries are very intricate and delicate and beautiful. I just finished designing my ready-to-wear, which was all based on ballet. And so I've kept things light. So the idea is, how do you create textures, embroideries, but that are light? So there's a lot of lightness to these clothes.
I thought it was a really fun show. I loved all the sparkle. The veils were such an interesting styling technique. They were so beautiful, very ornate. And he had big ballerina skirts that were really beautiful.
The shapes are classic but cool, but there is an incredible amount of beautiful detailing in the embroideries. Then there's coolness like jumpsuits, in which it's a signature thing for me. Then you have the fringe dresses, which are also very important to me. And the fringes have become a signature for me. So we've taken all these different elements and we've created this menagerie of beautiful dresses that will spread from Japan to here to Middle East that women will love. I grew up in the embroidery business. My grandfather, my father, so the company that makes all my embroideries is my family. And I grew up in that world since I was a little boy. And so it comes through osmosis to me. So being at the factories when I was a little boy, playing there with my grandfather, that I used to go almost every other day. And I've seen and I've learned through osmosis. So what I make here, the textures and the embroideries, is part of what flows through my veins.
Naeem Khan show is off the charts. A lot of bows. He even showed bows on the shoulder. I'm seeing bows everywhere. Bows and bustles on a lot of dresses. I'm seeing lots of clean dresses, but that's not what Naeem does. Naeem does heavily embroidered. We're at extremes right now. We're at very, very simple, gorgeous tailoring, like at Rimakra and Amsala. Then we have this explosion of beading, like at Naeem Khan, which is magnificent, really. His beading and embroideries are always beyond anything that anybody else can do. So the show was magnificent. Loved it.
My woman is a very fashionable, worldly woman. She travels the world. She's from Korea, she's Middle East, but she's America, but she's highly visible. And she's not somebody who is not afraid to make a statement. She knows that this is her biggest red carpet moment, and she wants something amazingly glamorous, and she comes to me for that. Naeem Khan Bridal is unique, very unique, is not only the cuts are, we try to keep everything classic, but in a cool way, right? Everything is tweaked to what is happening today, right? Because of my business of ready-to-wear that I've been so heavily involved in. Then the other thing is the embroideries. What I do with the embroideries, I don't think many people do the same kind of embroideries. So it's almost couture like embroideries that we're making available for ready-to-wear. That's what makes it special. I think the finale piece, because it's a new kind of coat. It's like a veil coat, and it's very elegant. It's like reminiscence of something, also again 70s, 80s couture. So there's a lot of that time period that I was channeling making this collection.
The disco ball ending. Well, when you walked in and saw the disco ball, you thought something great was going to happen, and it did. The finale of about 20 fantastic cocktail short dresses for my bride to change into, for the after party, for the rehearsal dinner, for the engagement party. It was brilliant, brilliant, brilliant show.
Yeah, the shoes are all handmade. Christian Louboutin does the shoes. The finale is very interesting because a lot of the shoes are made in sterling silver. The boots are all hand embroidered, which are incredible. So even the sterling silver boots are beautiful. I mean, that's pure silver. So there's lots of details between the feathers, the sterling, and the different embroideries and textures and the lightness of the clothes. I think it's a pretty cool collection.
For fall 2018, for my bridal collection, there's a whole sense of coming back to classic silhouettes with a twist. I was thinking of a more sleeker bride this season. I wanted to give her unconventional bridal options, so you'll see there's a leather motorcycle jacket paired with a flirty ruffled dress. And there's also a sleeker tuxedo suit. And even the ball gowns, which have a lot of volume and shape, I kept them very clean.
We're at the Monique Lhuillier experiential presentation. What a pretty presentation. It's magnificent. His mansion, of course, is gorgeous. And the clothes are spectacular. Lots of lace and signature Monique sexiness, sheer, light, beautifully constructed, contemporary. That's what the girls love about Monique Lhuillier. She did a very tight, small collection. It's very clean. I'm noticing so many beautiful plain dresses this season that are couture and fantastic. Yes, I love the motorcycle jacket in white. I'm definitely going to buy that in white leather for my store. It's an amazing piece, and I think that my bride will buy that to wear for her probably engagement party or rehearsal dinner or getaway outfit maybe. The getaway outfit would be great.
And then for Bliss, my secondary line, which is in the room where the feast is taking place, that's my younger bride. She's more playful, romantic. So you see a lot more tulle, there's exuberance and youthfulness in that collection. I did a little infusion of some streetwear. There's slides in the collection now, and I think like comfort is key, and not every girl wants to wear a heel under this gown. She can get away with beautiful slides. This is also my debut or launch with Pottery Barn, and the initial ideas all came from dresses of mine that I've done in the past. It started off with a blush pink tulle dress with hearts dripping down the dress, and that perfect celebratory idea that we can conceptualize and put into the tabletop. And then here in the bedding and the linens, you're seeing prints that were inspired by my wedding dresses.
I love how Monique presented today. It's really fun and it feels like Monique's lifestyle.
Really, life is about celebration, so that's really what the collection's all about.
Inspiration for me comes from everything. It almost starts in the way that a wedding would. We think about what is the venue that we'd like to use. Of course, we always love being outdoors. And I think our gowns are so much about kind of that modern day bride, and that she doesn't want fussy things. She wants more lightweight, easy to wear, things that are beautiful and classic, but that have some specialness to them. And I think it starts with how are we going to show it? And, we picked this space that has 2 pear trees and showing it underneath that, and kind of throwing this whole garden party and serving southern biscuits and low country lemonade and bouquet bars. And, we really like to set the scene for where girls would be wearing these gowns. And I just always picture our girls getting married underneath trees. This season I'm calling it classic, modern, and a twist, because it's really taking some of my favorite gowns from olden times and reimagining them in a modern way. And one of the most specific about that is this Swiss dot jacquard. It was taken from a Swiss dot tulle, which is, I think, kind of an old world wedding fabric that had been reimagined to how it could be modern. And so we had this jacquard woven to look like a little Swiss dot. Classic shapes, beautiful styles, but with modern touches and details like the grosgrain lacing and the fil coupes. Well, I think that they see you from the front and the back, but when you're standing up there, I just think in a gown like that, it's also so easy to move in. I mean, so many of these gowns are truly featherweight and so easy to kind of turn around front and back and see it all.
Presentation is beautiful as always. She really never disappoints. Her classic style, the attention to detail, the little pearls that we always see. It's really just beautiful, easy to wear, and elegant.
There's the more fit and flare and the more kind of slim gowns that, sometimes have a ballerina bodice or straight off the shoulder. I really like to play around with different necklines and not give too many just strapless gowns, but give you that look and feel, but with different shapes. I love the bow back on that one. I mean, it's very simple in the front. I really right now love these kind of long column gowns that are very clean, and then you turn around back and you have something special. Like I love the OB bow on that one and that scooped U. I think it's really amazing.
She designs with the woman in mind. It's not crazy, it's not over the top, but it's beautiful, and it's just easy to wear. You're graceful, you're not encumbered by the dress on your wedding day, but you're very chic also. She really blends the perfect southern beautiful style with the epitome of chic, in my opinion.
You can see there's a lot of off the shoulder this season, and I just think that's one of the prettiest necklines and really highlights like what is gorgeous about a woman, but then in a way gives you this little bit of a sleeve option, which, you know, I'm really into having sleeves and sleeves on dresses. I mean, this full-length gown with the full-length sleeve, I think is just amazing. The pearl detail, and then she's got it running down her whole back, and it's really beautiful. I know you all everyone needs to walk around, kind of meander. This is a garden, you should be meandering.
Well, Don's inspiration was elegance. He wanted them to be a little more elegant. So what I did was I sort of made them, he was interested in them looking sexy, but yet coming from within rather than in the makeup. So I kept the makeup very light and natural and used a lot of blushy pink colors on both the eyes and the lips and the cheeks. So it is elegant, but it's really their personality that's coming out more than anything.
The look for Theia is inspired by a glamorous bride, but we still wanted to keep her chic and effortless. We didn't want it like too fussy looking. And then we wanted to add elements of spring, so we brought in like little small flowers. So you'll see like every single one of his girls walking down the runway has a variation of the look, and the placement of the flower is actually asymmetrical. So it's like, you know, it's nice when you turn, and it's like there's this nice detail to it. So it's either on the left side or the right side, just depending on, like, you know, every bride has a special side to her face that's a little bit more beautiful. So we just like accentuated that side for her. So that's the look for Theia.
For fall 2018, as you can see, we're in Florence, Italy, in case you can't tell by the beautiful blue backdrop and these gorgeous flowers. The journey we're taking the bride on this season is decidedly sexier. The Theia bride has evolved. We've had our boho moment, and it was really well embraced, and our brides are now seeking sexier dresses and a little bit more sophisticated and a tad more elegant. I think there's a whole shift in the bridal trends towards sexier and a little bit elegant and away from the sort of the boho undone look. To showcase the body, really, it's about a sexy body. And what's really important in today's show, we're embracing bodies of all shapes and sizes. So we're actually introducing plus size into our collection in a collaboration with Lovely Bride. So today you'll see on the runway brides with fuller, more voluptuous, curvy figures to show that sexy comes in all shapes and sizes. And it's it's really important to me that every woman is able to show her shape, and the dresses that I make are to enhance every shape. We travel extensively. Our head of bridal, she travels extensively around the country and feeds back the information from brides and what they're shopping for. And in the past year or two, there's been increasing demand for sexier dresses. So you're seeing dresses today that once upon a time may have been considered scandalous because they're see-through, with strategically placed beading and strategically placed laces and illusion linings, but it always errs at Theia on the side of sophisticated and elegant. No one's going to have a heart attack when you walk up the aisle in a Theia dress that has the illusion of being see-through, because you're sexy, you're beautiful, and you're still elegant on your wedding day.
I thought it was beautiful. I want to say the word breathtaking, because the amazing thing about this collection was that each dress was very unique, but they were very feminine and they were very elegant and they're very affordable. And I think that that's very hard to find something that's beautiful and constructed well and affordable.
So a lot of the details, there's a lot of layering of Chantilly laces, not just one but 2 layers. And then underneath those layers I've added sheer blush linings or sheer blue linings to add just a subtle hint of color, so the dress looks ivory but you know you're seeing hints of blush and hints of blue. The dresses are cut very close to the body. We've introduced satin to the collection, which we haven't shown before, in the beautiful satin kimono jumpsuit. And there's also a simple satin spaghetti strap slip dress, which is just very elegant. It just flows over the body. Most of the dresses are cut very close to the body, and the silhouettes are kept very simple. The details, the beading, we're using this beautiful Italian glass bead that's on almost all of the collection. It's got a beautiful fire to it. Some bodices are encrusted with it, others have beautiful appliques on the necklines, but it's sort of keeping our little Italian trend going. And of course, all of our new brides' names are Italian names, so there'll be lots of wonderful Italian names on the runway. Theia is about your inner goddess, and Theia is about dressing every woman. If you're a gay woman, you're a straight woman, you're a transgender woman, you're covered in tattoos, we embrace everybody at Theia, and we embrace everybody in all sizes. And that's really the focus of the collection, and bringing out that inner fire and just being all-inclusive at Theia.